In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use the Artwork Manager. Now, to do that, I'm going to go to page 2, where I've imported an image here of Futurebird, as you can see. I've also applied a contour cut line around this so you can actually see it working with print and cut with the Artwork Manager. The Artwork Manager is the window that first pops up when we send a file to the RIP. So I'll show you how to do that. You come up to this button up here and you click on RIP here, and you'll see the Artwork Manager loads up like this, as it says send artwork to the RIP here. Now, this window has specialist tools and features to take the artwork and prepare it for the RIP Manager. So I'll explain some of these tools and features so you understand why we've got this little window here. The first thing is we've got a preview over here on our left hand side and some scale rulers so we see the size of the artwork we're working with. I can left click on the artwork and pan it around. I can zoom in and I can zoom out, etc., and I can zoom to all. So I can see my artwork up close or far away depending on what I want to do. I've also got these view tools here. Now this is why I wanted to show you the print and cut, because if I go to the print and cut view here, you can see a sort of like dulled out version of our image here with the contour cut line, just to show you how that works. And also you can just see it as a cut file only. Now this can be handy if you're printing on one machine and cutting on another. That's handled in a separate lesson, but this is how you view it like this. So we've got our artwork here. Now on the right hand side we've got our printer, and we can set what printer we want to send this to. So if we've got multiple printers, we can select one from our list and change which printer we want to send it to. Based on the printer we've got selected, we'll have our media width here. Now the media width is the actual printable width, or the print and cut width. It's not the width that the machine's capable of actually handling as far as the media is concerned. It's what the machine can actually physically print or print and cut. So it's an important distinction that you understand that media width is what you can physically print and cut. Down here we can set how many copies we want. We might want multiple copies of this job here. And as these tools show us these views here, these tools do the same here. So these are just another copy of these tools here. Now we can also apply or give the job a name. So I can change the name of this job. You can see it matches the actual name of the job back in VinylMaster. And we can also check this box and type in information about this job that we may want to print with it, to let the people in the who are printing it out and actually processing the job, they'll know what it's actually for. So I could type and say, you know, Futurebird office sign. I mean, as a very basic example. So whatever you type in here, you can make that actually print with the artwork itself, which is a handy thing to have. Now the underbase, the print underbase and auto underbase, if I check print underbase here, and I've set over here in the program an underbase color, that will send that underbase color as I've selected in the program to the printer and print that as the underbase. If I check auto underbase, that will just, whatever the printer's default underbase color is, it will print it. Now often you'll have something like a transparent vinyl, a sticky back or adhesive vinyl that you want to actually create decals with, and you might check auto underbase and let the printer print a white underbase here that can then be print and cut out. So you print the image over the top of the white underbase, and then you can come along and cut it out using either another device or the same printer cutter. This will all depend on the artwork you're working with and the sort of machine you've got. So these things are all relevant to what particular machine you have. So that's how we set those sorts of options. And under here on the size and cropping, we've got some more options here. We can see the width and the height of this particular job, which corresponds with our scale rulers here, and we can change the scale of this job. So if I make it bigger, you can see that it's actually physically changing. The rulers change and the size changes here. And I'll just set it at 100%. I can always reset this. I can also print it to, or fit it to the printer's main width as well, or full width as well. So that's another option I've got there. I can also crop the area. If I just wanted to print out, say, this the head of this bird, I can left click on here and right click here using my mouse, and I can set the actual crop size. I can do it numerically using these tools here, as you can see, or I can type in values, or just use these up and down arrows. So I can actually set a cropped area that I want to actually print out, or I can just reset that back to 0 like that. And I've also got options like applying crop marks and including a weed box. Again, this will depend on what sort of machine you're printing to or printing and cutting to, whether or not you can actually use these options. But if you need them, you just check them on, and they'll actually be applied to the job as it's sent through to the RIP Manager after you've clicked this Accept button here. So that's how we set all these settings here, as you can see. And once you've done that, you simply, once you're happy with what you've got, you simply click accept here. You can see it loads it straight into the RIP manager here. There's our job there, set it the size that we wanted, and now we can process this job. We can now send it to the RIP. We can either rip it or print it or whatever we want to do, and that's how we use the artwork manager to set parameters. If I go to job options here, you can see that I've checked job info, which is here. Turn it on and turn it off. Crop marks, as you can see, they come in here. So some of these things that I've set in the artwork manager can make it through to here, and then that's ready to go to be sent to your actual printer or printer cutter. And that's the end of this lesson.